was one boy who happened to come in that class. His name is Lokesh, a very good friend of mine, struggling days, and today where you have reached. But when you reach somewhere, I'm obviously not saying that everybody should reach to where Rashmika had gone or where Nikhil Sharma had gone or where Pankaj Tripathi has gone. Because trust me, in the process of being successful, you become more humble. I always thought when I broke up with a lot of my girlfriends, I was like, I will go ahead and work hard and become successful, and it will be a best revenge. Dude, when I became successful, there is no hatred or like, okay, see, you're not with me today, I got a car and you're not getting to sit in the. No, it's not like that. I'll start sharing the responses that I have received. Like I already told you, the poll which was like, do you get affected by negative comments from people? Yes or no? 53% people said yes, and 47% people said no. Okay, live example of three personalities. Okay, and I don't know if you would be knowing all of them because some of you are from South. When I say comments, be it negative or positive, see, first thing, whether it should affect you or not, but let us understand who, from where you are getting those comments. It could be from anybody. It could be from your parents. It could be from your brother, sister. It could be from any of the distant relative. It could be a friend. Okay, it could be a colleague. It could be a classmate. It could be anybody who would, decide whether it should affect you or not. So the three personalities which have, which I have chosen today to, give their example and tell you whether comments should affect you or not. So these three are first the one which you all can relate with. Okay, I have chosen an actress, very famous actress these days. So we are talking about Rashmika Mandana. Okay, so we are talking about Rashmika Mandana, well known, very popular. Okay, known today as a national crush. Okay, so today known as national crush. The last time there was someone as a national crush was, I think, Priya Prakash Warrior or Warrior. If I mispronounced, my apologies. So she was the one the last time, but then that was because of one viral video of she winking that got viral, and then she became a national crush. But then Rashmika Mandana is already popular, and then she has earned that title. This is how I, came to know about Rashmika in Vijayawada for one training project for Nabbe and Ramya's college. So I was there, and that was a time when Geeta Govindam had released. I think it was 2018. I was somewhere in September or October. That was the month I was there. And, students recommended, and they went for a movie, and most of them had gone for this movie called Geeta Govindam. And they recommended me that, Vicky, you should also watch it because it wasn't available online. It wasn't there on YouTube, and I didn't wanted to, kind of take it from someone as a piracy and watch it in poor quality. I was like, I'll hold on to myself. I'll probably watch it in a better quality when it is released. I wish I should know more about her. And, I went on to Instagram. The first thing that you do is go on Instagram so that you can connect with that celebrity. I happened to, go on YouTube, see different videos, where she is, giving interviews so that I could understand what she's speaking, if it is at all in, English. And I came across a lot of interviews and, went on to Wikipedia, tried, as a fan, as a curious person, wanting to find out where she is from. And I realized she is from Karnataka. But yeah, Kurg. And then I went on to find out different videos. Now, when I was, looking for videos, there were a lot of comments. There were a lot of comments from people. Those 95% people from from Karnataka who were writing comments like no acting skills, everything negative. So nothing positive about it. Everything was kind of negative, that overacting. She does overacting in every movie. She doesn't know how to act and all those. And yeah, so many comments, and most of them, over 95%, were like negative. And when I used to follow her on Instagram stories and so on, I came across one story which she shared of a meme page. You have those fan clubs or meme pages which have actor, actress pictures, and they write something. It could be vulgar, or it could be, something which is not good, trolling. Okay, and this is what this meme page had shared. Okay, the meme page had her childhood pic in a school uniform, which was again taken from her Instagram account, and one of her recent pic from the movies. And the troller happened to mention that nobody imagined this child would go on to become #1 international dugger. I don't know if I have pronounced this word correct or not. It's a Kannada word. Okay, I tried searching for it and went on to news and realized. And the meaning of this word is prostitute. Okay, so you have a childhood pic of a person. Forget it if it's a girl or a boy. It doesn't matter. But then you have a childhood pic of someone, and then the recent pic, and you have written that this nobody imagined that this kid would go on to become #1 prostitute, international prostitute. And she had taken it up on her story, obviously because she didn't appreciate it, and nobody would like that. And then she had written a lot of things, which you can go on Google and find that out. And this was, this incident happened. And the comments that I was talking about, those were actually in Kannada, by the way. So those 95% comments which were negative, they were written in Kannada, okay, on YouTube. So it wasn't like someone from Andhra or, Telangana or Tamil Nadu was writing. It was mostly people from her state. People from her state who have, mentioned all these kind of things. And now, today, so this happened almost, I think, 2 years ago or something. Like I said, I'm following her since 2018, not a lot, many years, about 2 or 3 years maximum. Now, this happened over the lockdown, okay, since last 1 year or maybe 1.5 years almost, that during this lockdown, she had reached to this title, which is known as National Crush, and people are loving her. Okay, people are loving her, and because of all that love and the support that she's getting, okay, she has also began her career in Bollywood. Right, she has begun her career in Bollywood. She's doing a movie with Siddharth Malhotra, and then there are other projects that she will be taking. She has bought a home here in Mumbai too. So imagine people from her state, okay, are commenting negative things. Okay, over 95% of people are commenting bad things. And today, forget about that one state, over 28 states, including Karnataka, is now praising her and given her the title of National Crush. Given her the title of National Crush. That says, that says everything. That speaks everything. In fact, you have those paparazzis outside airport, and whenever, you go for restaurant, eat out, and you have those media people. A lot of media people personally like her. They were like, when she's not around, I've seen those videos when she's speaking Hindi. They're like, ma'am, please speak in Hindi, and we missed you. Please come back soon from Hyderabad, and so on, because that's the love that she has able to, build. So this is the first example I thought, kind of give you the first example. Somebody out there who actually said, called her something, which again, I don't want to use that word. And over 95% of people are just commenting. Even those comments would still be there. You can go back and check all those old videos, people are saying negative comments. But today, the whole nation knows her, recognizes her. I think that speaks a lot. So that's the reason I chose her in today's example as one of the personalities out of 3. The second personality that I want to speak about, we are going to talk about one YouTuber. Okay, his channel name is Mumbiker Nikhil. From Mumbai, most of his videos are in Hindi. His name is Nikhil Sharma. Okay, and his channel goes by the name of Mumbiker Nikhil. Now, how I came across, like I told you, with Rashmika, I came across in 2018. So with Nikhil's channel, I came across, I think, 3.5 or 4.5 years ago. Okay, almost 4 years ago, when I happened to first time watch this video. So what sort of videos does he actually, make? He's into vlogging. Okay, blogging is a popular term now, but then, earlier it wasn't. In fact, he's the initial ones, the pioneer rather, to begin vlogging as a culture in India on YouTube. So vlogging, it's like, you have those videos on YouTube where people be like, hey guys, I woke up, I'm just having, my coffee, and I'm having, guys, this, and guys, I'm going to sleep. Good night, guys. This is the bed sheet which I'm going to, put on. So that's like vlogging, where you cover everything in your entire day. Okay. So this is the first guy. Now, I had no idea what vlogging is, and in fact, it is about 4 years ago. I remember that time data, mobile data wasn't cheap. It was very expensive. I remember using this 48 rupees recharge or something, which used to give me 150 MB of data. Okay, data. And when I had that 150 MBs throughout the day that I can use, I used to be very careful with which content, which content I'm going to watch. So I used to be very, picky and choosy that I'm going to watch this particular video. In fact, I remember back then I used to watch those videos in 144 pixel. Okay, so that 150 MBs can, go on for entire day. And today, even when the data is cheap and I'm using mobile data, if not Wi-Fi, if I'm traveling, I still do not go more than 240 MBs because I'm traveling and I need to, have those many, those data with me so that I can complete my journey. So, I'm sorry. So, I was there on YouTube. I was just, going through that feed page. And then there was this video in my recommendation. And that video was about this guy, Nikhil. I mean, I never knew about him 4 years ago. Nikhil, and he had his thumbnail with a bike. And the title of that video was My New Bike. And I was like, should I watch it or not? Looks interesting, but then I have only limited data. Should I watch it or not? And I was like, okay, let me watch it for two reasons. Number one, the bike which he had shown in his thumbnail, I had never seen a bike like that before. Now, I've been a personal, a biker myself, but I had not come across a bike like that. It was an adventure bike. The name of that bike is Triumph Tiger. Okay, it was an adventure bike. So I was like, okay, let's go for it. Let me watch this video. I happened to go into that video. That video was about 10 minutes long, and before I could, press the play button, I saw the comment section, which had 2,500 comments, and it was for the first time I came across a video like this, which is about vlogging. And there are actually 2,500 people writing something about that person. I was like, okay, forget about the video. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read out what they're writing about this person. Because you would have 5,000 comments, 20,000 comments, but then those would be on viral videos, 10 seconds, 1 minute video, less than 1 minute video where people are falling, tumbling, or cat videos. You have, comments like these. But on such type of video, there are 2,500 people writing something. That made me curious. I went on to the comment section and started reading. And again, boom, everything was negative. Everything was negative. The title of the video was My New Bike, and people were commenting like, dude, it is not your new bike. You bought a second-hand bike. This is a used bike. This is second-hand. Why did you write new bike? Everything negative. And there were people who also, who have actually written, if he would have bought a new bike, he would have gone in the showroom and he would have shown the washroom also in his video. I was like, why are they writing something like this? I mean, what does he exactly do? First of all, I was new to, vlogging kind of a video. I was like, why are they writing? What does he do? And that made me really curious and anxious to understand what exactly, he shoots. And I went on to his channel. I did not complete the whole video, which was on the new bike. Rather, I went on to his channel and then I started watching his video. I ended up watching like 40, 50 videos, over a period of 1 week. And it's been 4 years. Today, I have subscribed to that guy. I got to know about that guy because of negative comment. I got to know about that guy because of a negative comment. Okay, because of 2,500 out of 2,500, almost 2,200 comments were all, this is a used bike. This is used bike, second-hand bike, wrong title, negative comment. But I ended up being a, viewer, his subscriber, and every day, when I'm at home, when I'm not traveling, when I'm at home, I make sure when I'm having my breakfast or lunch, I would watch his, daily videos. Now, let me tell you, back then, who he was and who he is today. Like I told you about Rashmika, from being just a South Indian actress, today she's a national crush. This guy, back then, he had just one bike. Before buying that, Triumph Tiger, he had this one bike, Duke 390, KTM Duke 390. Then he had one home. He had one car, which was Maruti Swift. Okay, and today he has 3 bikes, this Triumph Tiger, okay, which cost not less than 15 lakh, okay, BMW 1200 GS, which cost not less than 35 lakhs, and he also got a scooter which is Access 125. And recently he has sold his Tiger, by the way, which I'll tell you about. Okay, so this is what he has. Back then he had one home. Today he has two homes. One being in Hiranandani Powai. Navya and Vaibhavi knows that place, what kind of place Hiranandani Powai is. And Unaiza is also saying, yes, she knows that. It's like, total different place. And yeah, so he had about less than 5 lakh followers, subscribers that time. And today he has almost 38 lakh, subscribers. What does this speak? I told you recently he sold his bike. Before selling his bike, he uploaded a video with a title, planning to sell my bike. And on that video, he has received 3,000 plus comments, which says, Nikhil bhai, don't sell your bike. We are going to miss it. Please keep it. Please, please, please don't do it. Don't sell it. You have seen so many videos on that bike. We don't want you to give away. It's not your bike. It is our bike. So understand, in 4 years, a matter of 4 years, okay, from people talking negative to people actually saying don't sell it, that speaks volume. Okay, that speaks volume. We saw that in Rashmika's success story. We saw this in this success story of this guy named Nikhil Sharma. The third personality. Now, the first two examples that I spoke about was online comments. But today, you or me are not facing online comments. We are probably facing comments in real world from real people with 2 hands, 2 legs, and 1 mouth, 2 eyes, 2 ears. Right? We are not getting online trolled, online negative comments. We are facing negative comments in real life. So here's the third, celebrity or a personality which I have chosen, and I thought, let me talk about that celebrity too. And again, since he is from North India and he works in Mumbai, maybe since most of you are from West most of you are from South may not be able to relate. His name is Pankaj Tripathi. Okay, if you follow Bollywood actress Kriti Sanon, okay, recently she had done her last movie is Mimi, where she plays a surrogate mother, a role of a surrogate mother. So there's this guy who is a cab driver. Okay, this guy is Mr. Pankaj Tripathi. He hails from a state in India, very poor state in India, that is Bihar. Okay, so wealth-wise, Bihar is like low in the list, but everything else, IAS, IPS, they are on the top, by the way. So he comes from a very small, state. He happened to come to Mumbai after completing his acting course from a drama school in Delhi. He came to Mumbai to become an actor. So obviously, being an actor is not easy. Here in Mumbai, you almost have this is what Google says, and everybody says almost 20-30,000 people comes every day to become an actor in Mumbai. Not everybody becomes, right? So he was one of them who happened to come, and he used to go out to a lot of production houses with his portfolio, asking for work and so on. And today, he is a big name. He is a big name. You Google, you'll come to know who Pankaj Tripathi is. Okay, since you are from South. Okay, since you are from South. There are a lot of web series, Netflix web series that he is, part of. The very famous one is, Sacred Games. The second one is Mirzapur. Okay, people are waiting for Mirzapur season 3. He has played a character named, I don't know, I forgot the name. Okay, if you want to say, if you're trying to say that, please turn off your camera and say that. Okay, so yeah, I think Kaleen Bhaiya. I think Kaleen Bhaiya is his, character name, Kaleen Bhaiya. And his son, he's like Munna Tripathi. So he's a very popular character, and he's a very famous guy. Today, you name any big web series, he has to be there in that. And he was, on a show which I was watching. He was giving an interview to live audience, and the interviewer asked him, "How has life become today from how you used to have your struggling days and today where you have reached?" And if you could tell us one such incident which you remember and you feel like, okay, this was part of the journey, what incident would you like to tell? This is the incident he shared. This is the incident that he shared. He said, when I was struggling, people never used to give respect. Obviously, because you're a small actor doing a small 1-minute role, and people used to, not call with respect, be like, hey, come here, इधर आ जाओ, खड़े रहे, ऐसा कर, वैसा कर, in Hindi. And he says there was this one guy. He happened to speak to him speak to him in the same manner. Disrespectful manner, no respect. Just be there, do the shot, go, get out. And he says today that same person, when he was invited for a movie premiere or something, or some party or somewhere he bumped into, I don't remember the exact narration what he gave. I would probably tag that interview URL. He said that same person today addresses me as sir. How are you, sir? How are you? Thank you for calling me. Nice to meet you again. Another example, the third example we are talking about. When you become successful, the same people you kind to hate on you or say negative things about you. But when you reach somewhere, I'm obviously not saying that everybody should reach to where Rashmika had gone, or where Nikhil Sharma had gone, or where Pankaj Tripathi has gone, because they are in the limelight and they are into the entertainment industry or something like that. I'm talking about in your own role. If you have someone like in your office who's commenting bad things about you, maybe in office WhatsApp group, you are always someone who is pointing something, or in your chat group. There are always people like that. But you reach to a position in your role, in your industry, where the same mouth are gonna praise you. I'll also like to give my personal experience, how my life has changed. Okay. I spoke about Rashmika, Nikhil, I spoke about Pankaj Tripathi. I'll talk about how I was in my school days. I'm just going to talk about my school days and who I am today. So in my school days, I was very stupid. I was very shy. I was very quiet kid. I still remember to this date, okay, when my mom used to leave me to my classroom. From that moment onwards, I used to be pin drop, quiet till the time I would, come out of the, class. And the only time I used to step out of the class was when the school used to get over. I was so, what do you call, shy or scared. I never used to step out of the class in the recess as well. Some examples of real, things which I'll narrate. I was so stupid that people in the backbench who used to sit behind me, they used to steal my tiffin. I had no clue if they were stealing it or not. They used to steal it, eat it before the recess, and they used to keep an empty box. And I used to always wonder every day, why does my mom give me an empty tiffin? I never realized until I, got my senses a year or 2 years later. Okay, somebody used to eat it. I was so hesitant that I never used to ask my mom either. That mom, why do you give me empty, empty tiffin boxes? I don't understand. Why do you do that? I was so scared. In fact, one incident, two incident I will still remember. I still do remember. I used to, in my primary school, I used to sit in a, sequence like one boy, one girl, and a boy next to her. So like one girl in between and two boys, or it could be two girls and one boy in between. And that used to be punishment. Okay, so that used to be a punishment, that you got to sit next to a guy or a girl, And I remember the girl's name, Sony. Okay, I don't know if she'd be watching this in future or not, because I don't know. I'm not in contact primary school, but I remember her name. She was very beautiful, and so she was beautiful. I was more nervous. That I'm sitting to a beautiful girl. I was more scared, and literally I used to sit on the edge so that by no mean I should be able to bump into her or have any sort of body touch. I used to sit. And she knew how Wicky was, and she used to literally be like, go there, sit more, far, sit more far. I used to literally keep my, one leg, and, the other leg used to be outside. I used to sit on the edge of that bench. That shy I was. And one more incident, which I remember. Once I had a fight, and fight as in I was being bullied. Okay. And that classmate, he was my friend only. But during that moment, he happened to, slap me. And I think I was crying or something like that. And then the class teacher came and she noticed me and she was like, what happened? Why you crying? And I was again quiet because I'm Wicky. I was stupid. And others were like, ma'am, this boy slapped him. She's like, hey, Wicky, come here. And she called that boy also. And she's like, Wicky, slap him in front of everybody. I was like, man, it was better crying there in the backbench rather than now, attempting to slap him and that too in front of everybody, because I don't know what would be the consequences later. Okay, I was like, I was hesitant, and she was like, no, no, you have to slap, otherwise I'll ask him to slap you again. I was like, okay, ma'am, okay, teacher. No, ma'am, that time, we used to call teacher only. So I was like, okay, teacher, I'll slap. And the way I slapped him was like, you know, not manly. It wasn't manly. I was just went like, I just happened to slap like this and just moved on, just because I was forced to slap. And instead of, teaching him a lesson, I cut myself an embarrassment situation, and everybody laughed the way I slapped him. He was like, Vicky, you're good for nothing. And teacher was like, dude, you go. So this is how it has been. Okay. This is how it has been. In fact, in my college, even in my college, I was like this. The little bit of confidence that I got was after I failed my 7th standard, and I happened to become friends with one boy who happened to come in that class. His name is Lokesh, a very good friend of mine. So he gave me a lot of confidence. Some other day I'll speak about how he gave me that confidence. Okay. So I was shy in the college as well. My college was, here, and there used to be another college here. My college was a new college, so very less student. And this college was like prime college, a lot of girls and guys, and most of the time they were outside the college. And whenever I have to, go to my college, I have to pass from this college. I used to literally, keep my head down, and I used to walk, like a horse without seeing anywhere else, because I was shy. I was like, I used to feel like everybody is watching me, and I'm not wearing decent clothes. I'm not having that fashionable bag, or I'm not having that branded jeans, or whatever you call it. I was very, scared. But today, I end up talking to 400, 500 people at one go at a stretch of 3 days. And when before lockdown, every month I used to talk to a new crowd. It is not like 500 people, I know them. Almost every week, or, if I'm there in one college for 2 weeks, I'm talking to new 100, 200 people every 3 days. I wasn't hesitant anymore. I wasn't shy anymore. And so what I'm trying to say is, same examples which I told you, the comments, how you take those comments. Now, I'm going to keep my opinion. Should the comment affect you? My answer would be, please let it affect you. Let it affect you. Only when you let it affect you is when you will think about doing some change to yourself. What do you think? Did it not affect Rashmika? It did affect her. That's the reason she took it on her story. Why would she give a fuck about someone creating something like this? But it affected her, and she took it to her story and wrote a lot many things. But today, her response by being a national crush is bigger than what she gave to that story. And forget about that story. Most importantly, she doesn't need an approval from them. She has gone ahead and taken approval from 27 other states in India, which does not even understand the language mother tongue she speaks in. She's got successful. We spoke about Nikhil, how it is. Do you think it must have not affected him? When you buy something for you, it is a new vehicle, isn't it? If I bought a car, even my car is a used car. I have no problem calling it a second-hand car. I'm totally okay with that. Okay. But then for me, it is a new car because I'm driving it for the first time. But he had given a response and he did not react that time. There are two things which you can do. Either you react to a comment, or either you be like, okay, let me answer that when the time is right. Being intelligent is giving a response, but being wise is knowing when not to give a response. That's being wise. Intelligence is here and being wise is here. So 2 ways: either you react immediately, let that person know what your answer, response is. But when you do that, the person is not interested in your response. The person is, more in a different zone. He's thinking, okay, I made Unaiza, affect her with that comment. That's the win. So if Srushti, I as a person, as a co-worker or a colleague say something to Srushti or Sonali or Navya or Vaibhavi or whoever, Unaiza, I say something and you give me back something big. You know what I would be thinking in my mind? Oh, it affected Srushti. That's the reason she's angry. I boiled her blood. That is the mentality of such people. So whether should you always react? The answer is no. You should not always react. Maybe just give yourself time, and time would be the best, response. Time for you to also give a response and tell people how it is. Okay, that's one thing. The second thing, what you could do is avoid and keep your focus on where you want to be, okay, where you want to go, and just prove it to them with your work. Prove it to them with your work. That's the best thing that you can do. But let me tell you, there is a quote, a famous quote, and people kind of, always like it and all. Success is the biggest revenge. Success is the biggest revenge. But trust me, in the process of being successful, you become more humble. I remember one of my previous co-bosses. His name is Yashwant Yadav. He used to be in Aditya Birla. He said that, he said this in Hindi. I will say that in Hindi, and then I will also say that in English. जैसे जैसे आप बढ़ते हो, बढ़ते जाते हो, आप बरगद के पेड़ के जैसे होते हो. You become like it's a banyan tree. It is a banyan tree. He was like, as you keep on growing, as you become tall, you become like a banyan tree. You become more humble. You bow down with that weightage of success. Same thing. I always thought when I broke up with a lot of my girlfriends, I was like, I will go ahead and work hard and become successful, and it will be a best revenge. Dude, when I became successful, they all are my friend today, and they're happy for me. And because they're happy for me, I'm like very happy for them. There is no hatred or like, okay, see, you're not with me today. I got a car and you're not getting to sit in that. No, it's not like that. Tomorrow, even if I have an Audi or BMW, I feel the same thing. Because when in the process of becoming successful, you do not feel like taking or giving back as a revenge. Rather, you do it for yourself and you become more humble.